Hello, friends. So today I'm going to read just a portion of this text, Math Curse. And what we're really looking for today are transitional phrases that show the passage of time. So when some of you think of transitional phrases, you may think of first, next, then last. Okay, well, those are on here and those are transitional phrases. But we want more than just first, next, then last. We want transitional phrases that show the passing of time. So you can use after, right? But put in something else with it, right? After what? After we left school. Or possibly later on that morning. Okay, so we want to use more specific phrases in fifth grade that transition us so that the reader understands and really has a visual of the passing of time. So the authors of this book, Math Course, do a great job at showing that. So let's see how they do it. Okay. On Monday in math class, Mrs. Fibonacci says, you know, you can think of almost everything as a math problem. So I'm going to stop there already because the very first line on Monday in math class. So now, instead of just saying, starting with Mrs. Fibonacci says, we have a visual of what day it is and where this person is on Monday in math class. So that's a transitional phrase that gives us a better visual. On Tuesday, I start having problems. So the very next day, this is Tuesday. I wake up at 7:15. It takes me 10 minutes to get dressed, 15 minutes to eat my breakfast, and 1 minute to brush my teeth. Suddenly, it's a problem. Okay. Not only are the authors using a very specific transitional phrase showing time, right? They're giving the exact time that this child wakes up. They're using one of my favorite transitional words, suddenly. Anytime you can put in a suddenly or immediately or then it happens, okay? I love that transitional phrase because it really helps the reader understand, ooh, this is happening quickly. So suddenly it's a problem. 1, if my bus leaves at 8, will I make it on time? 2, how many minutes in an hour? 3, how many teeth in one mouth? I look in my closet and the problems get worse. I have 1 white shirt, 3 blue shirts, 3 striped shirts, and that ugly plaid shirt my Uncle Zeno sent me. 1, how many shirts is that altogether? 2, how many shirts would I have if I threw away that awful plaid shirt? 3, when will Uncle Zeno quit sending me such ugly shirts? I'm getting a little worried. Everything seems to be a problem. I take the milk out for my cereal and wonder, 1, how many quarts in a gallon? 2, how many pints in a quart? 3, how many inches in a foot? 4, how many feet in a yard? 5, how many yards in a neighborhood? How many inches in a pint? How many feet in my shoes? I don't even bother to take out the cereal. I don't want to know how many flakes in a bowl. Mrs. Fibonacci has obviously put a math curse on me. Everything I look at or think about has become a math problem. So now the authors aren't really specifically using a transitional phrase on this page, but as soon as they say I take out the milk or take the milk out for my cereal, we know that this child has transitioned to eating breakfast, right? And now look at this one. I try to get on the bus without thinking about anything. So now the author's taking us visually. We can picture that the student is getting on the bus. But there are 5 kids already on the bus. 5 kids get on at my stop. 5 more get on at the next stop. And 5 more get on at the last stop. True or false? What is the bus driver's name? Now this next part has to do with this picture. Mrs. Fibonacci has this chart of what month everyone's birthday is in. 1, which month has the most birthdays? 2, which month has the fewest? 3, why doesn't February have a W? 4, don't you think this chart looks sort of like a row of buildings? 5, do you ever look at clouds and think they look like something else? 6, what does this ink blot look like to you? The whole morning is one problem after another. So here we go. Okay, sorry. I had to pause for a second. So the whole morning is one problem after another. So again, the reader or the reader has a better visual of what's happening and where this student is during the day. So let's just jump to unfortunately for me, lunch is pizza and apple pie. So now we know it's lunchtime. And look at this one. Every time they're starting a new, kind of like new page or really new paragraph in the afternoon, every subject is a problem. Let's skip over. Then we're in PE, right? Then we're in English. In art, we finally get to relax. And then math is just a total problem because they're in math. I love this one. We are just about to go home when Rebecca remembers the special birthday cupcakes her mom made. So we're just about to go home. So now in my head, I have a really good visual. It's like 3 o'clock-ish. Everyone's feeling a little bogged down by work and they're just ready to go home. And we get to have a sugary snack. All right. This one's really good too. I stagger out of school. I love this word. Gives me a really good visual. She's just so overwhelmed with all of these math problems that are happening. So your job as a writer is to use transitional phrases that give the reader a better visual of what's happening during your personal narrative. So now it's your turn. You're going to go into your writing and you're going to be putting in transitional phrases that show time. And I do have this chart for you. Like I said, in the slide deck, you can go and find this chart and there's some really good options, but a lot of them you might have to add on a little bit more to make it more of a good visual. Ooh, here's that one immediately. Meanwhile, that's a really great one too. So meanwhile, while one person is doing something else might be happening. So that's at the same time, pretty much. We have that over here too at the same time. All right, good luck, my friends. Hopefully you put in those transitional phrases and that will help the reader understand and have a better visual.